Hello there everyone, welcome back. So in the last video we talked about this is the Yamaha FJ-09 2015 model. We talked about adding the crash guards on the engine guards, and if you see here, this is what I have for, I think it's Givi TN2122. That's the part. And this actually, there are multiple versions. I like this one better. It has more protection, a bit heavy, I guess about 10 pounds in total, both sides, but looks good in my opinion, and it has a lot of protection. So what it basically is it's gonna just go in there and like that. So let me figure out a way. All right, so this is what we're going to do. This is our TN2122, I guess, Givi. The way it fits is, for this side, it's gonna go line up into this bolt here, and like that, and then these two in here, if you see. So these are the two bolts, 1 and 2. Then you've got this one here, 1 and then 2. We will talk about the hardware. And then here. Now as you do this, the recommendation is that you start from here, the bottom side, and then you go into this one here, this one, and then this here. So this one has a little notch, if you see. This kind of makes it easier. Let's go to the other side. I'll show you what the tools and the instructions look like. So for the tools, taking the stock ones out, you're going to need an Allen key or a socket. That is, this one is 8 mm. Let me reconfirm. Yep, this is 8 mm. So these are the two bolts. This one here is 14 mm. That's what we're gonna need. And this one here is 12 mm. So this here is for the other side. This little bolt and nut, this nut comes out, and this bolt is basically kind of pushed out the other side. This is like an axle. It's a really long bolt that goes on both sides, and then all you do is basically kind of push this one out and let it go to the other side. And when you're putting the other side, the crash guard or the engine guard, you basically kind of put that bolt back, but through this thing here, and then that's the first one that was. And then you'll need to take those bolts out as well. This crash guard came with the hardwares, and then you kind of put those two bolts in there, and then that's pretty much what this is. Same thing on the other side. Let me show you what you do for the other side. Is this one here, we talked about it. This is for the other side. Once you've completed this, you're good. So on this side, this here, this piece, it's not gonna go to that, it goes between these here. So that's why I said, so you need 12 mm to open this, and then it goes right there, and then same thing on the top, if you see that. So let's go ahead, get started. The manual that came with the crash guard basically is this. Not very detailed, but good enough, I would say. This is the two tools that you would need for the installation, the hardware that came with the engine guard, and what we're gonna do basically is same thing, right? So you take that one out, and it goes here and go put it in there. Now the other side, if you see here, they actually have it nicely set up, the things that you would need that to go here. So number 10 here, this bolt is actually the stock bolt. Yeah, so let's go ahead, get started. Once again, should be very easy. Now one recommendation that everyone is made is when you pull this one out, or when you push it to the other side, as you're pushing it, throw something in that holds this whole thing together, because as in it's like an axle, and it's gonna basically make the engine drop a little bit, or this whole thing drop tiny little bit. And I hear that this becomes very difficult for, you know, when you're trying to put it back, so we'll be careful there. These ones shouldn't be too difficult because the way it's connected, it's just this portion here, so we will do just one at a time and then we'll go with that. So let me go ahead and set this up the way in the instructions are. So you do have a lot of spacers, different type of spacers that you have to kind of keep an eye on and make sure we are not kind of missing that part, and I think we should be okay. The other thing, you want to start on the other side, left side, left side first, because if we are taking this one out, it's easier right now, it's easily accessible. When you put the other crash guard on this side, I'm pretty sure it's gonna kind of block this. Putting it back, the torque, I think this is 45 Newton meters and this one is 55 Newton meters, which will be about 30-35 foot-pound of torque, and then this one should be around 40-45. We'll use the conversion, but that's pretty much what this is. 3 bolts, these ones are 8 mm for the stock that comes out. This one here is 14 mm socket, we'll use that. This one here is 12 mm, and once again this one is for the left side. This goes all the way out, you have to push it out. Take this bolt here, nut here, and then push this bolt in. Go ahead and get started. Alright, so as you can see, I did take the bolt out, and this is what I was talking about. This bolt is really long and it's like an axle on both sides, so I need to push this back. It's really tucked in very tight, but I need to push this to the other side. My plan is to, as I push, I'm gonna push it using one of these Allen keys. So as it goes to the other side, I'm gonna push this one in. Hopefully that will hold everything in place, and when I push this one back in, it will make it easier for me. Let's see. So I want to show you guys something. So that nut, or sorry, bolt, it was really hard. It's tucked in really nice. Let me show you guys. So all I did was, I actually went to Home Depot and I got this bolt, this one here, for $2. And what I'm doing is I'm basically using the hammer to tap this in and push that one out the other side, and this is actually so far working out really good. I'm pretty much done kind of pushing the bolt out. That will be my recommendation, guys. I mean, if you're doing this, spend that $2 extra. And now this is all loose. I'm just gonna pull this and it goes back from there. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, so what we're gonna do is use this, pull this one all the way out, drop it here. Washer goes onto the other side, and let's push it back. We will have to align the other side, and this is why we had the other bolt kind of coming in. So let me go ahead and start pushing it. gently. Alright, so looks like this is where I hope you can see it. I guess I should push this one out a little. If you can get a little help. I don't know if you can see it, but this bolt you can actually see from that gap going to the other side, so just have to align it nicely, and let's keep pushing it. All right, I realize it might be very noisy, but let's get this still done. Let me go ahead and just push it, and then I'll be back. All right, so this one here, I've hammered it back in all the way. You can see it here now, and we'll be using the same bolt to torque it down. Now it's time to remove these two bolts and get this one lined up here. Now one thing you would notice, this is the setup. So you have the bolt number 5 washer, and this is spacer. This goes in here, and this little notch actually will go in and sit on top. So that's pretty cool. I think it will be easier. So I'm gonna align this one first, and for that you have another different type of bolt, which is Allen key, a small washer, and it just goes right straight through this. That's basically what you have here. That's it. So let me go ahead and get this bolt out and get it set up. It's always a good idea to kind of take one bolt or one screw at a time, so something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and get this one removed. Feels a little tight. That one is out. So this is what we're gonna do. We will go in here. I think washer stays on this side. hope you can see it. So we're gonna go up, drop this here, and the bolt just enough for now. It should be good enough. And let's go to this one here, do the same thing, but we'll torque it down later once we kind of get everything in place, tucked in, and then we go from there. So we need 17 mm for this one here. Trying to yeah, I wish I had a ratchet type wrench here, but we'll still get it done. It's pretty awkward to do it this way. I wish I had a ratchet. Anyway, I think we are good here. Alright, so this is how it looks now. All done on this side. This is the left side, and I've kind of torqued it down. I didn't have the torque wrench that will fit into the Allen bolt there, but I think I've torqued it pretty good just by feeling. This one I did torque it down. I'm really not sure what the real numbers are. I torqued it to 65 pounds foot-pound of torque. Hopefully that's good. I'll check and then kind of match it to the specs later. But yeah, so off to the second, or the other side, the right side. Alright, so I didn't realize I wasn't recording when I was putting this in, but pretty straightforward, just like the other side. Take this one out, this bolt, this from the stock one. Then what you do is, basically, I used the thread locker, by the way. Use the smaller, this is one bolt that comes with the engine guard. So let me show you guys here. So if you see here, this is the bolt that we used to go here. These two on both sides, that's for the notch portion, right? And then these two, the Allen bolt, Allen key, that goes into this ones here. So yeah, I mean, not a problem. I did not face anything. Just a quick word of wisdom here: make sure you have this one tackled the way I did. If it doesn't drop and everything is aligned, this bolt goes in and out really nice, and it's all done. Other than that, yeah, I mean, not a problem, no issues. The other thing, when you're tightening it, keep this one a little loose. Do this one full, tighten it the way it should be, then come here, do this, and then do this, because of the notch. This is basically, this has a little play for this thing to adjust itself. So my recommendation again, keep this one for the end when you're torquing it. That's pretty much it. Nothing much to it. Fairly simple, and I like it very much. I'll show you guys how it looks in the sunlight. But so far so good. Looks nice. Thanks. Alright, so it's all done. I torqued it back, all those 3 bolts basically, and 3 on the other side. Looks really good. I like it. It has nice coverage overall, and definitely gonna protect the fender. Almost close to the, basically the tank and all that is protected. Engine is protected as well. So, and it doesn't stand out too far from the sides of the motorcycle, so this actually looks like it's really was designed and made with the bike by the OEM. But yeah, this looks good. That's it for now. I hope this helps you guys. Once again, you have to torque it down 45 Newton meter, converted that to about 35 pound-foot of torque, and those ones are basically this, the bolt is on the other side. That was about 45 foot-pound of torque. I think that's it, and looks very sturdy. Sits there. I'll let you guys know how I like, if it changes anything with the riding, but it's really, now I don't think there will be any problems. Once again, thank you very much for stopping by my channel, and subscribe the basically the channel for more. I will be back with you guys. We'll talk about my bobber next time. Thank you. Have a good one.